So we're the assemblers. This is our presentation for Project A3. I'll start it off. This is everything that goes with Project A3. My name is Brandon Moseley. I'm the coordinator for this. My task was to coordinate and also to set up the GitHub for Project A3. What have I learned? I have furthered my knowledge of parallel programming and ARM assembly. I have learned how to manage time more efficiently, and I have gained further experience working in a group. How will I apply this? What I've learned and my best and worst experience. Having experience in ARM assembly and parallel programming will probably benefit me in future job opportunities, and it will also benefit me in our next assignments. My worst experience was figuring out what was wrong with the ARM assembly part. And my best experience was furthering my understanding of parallel programming.
Hello, my name is Deanne Anthony. So my task for Project 3 was communication and creating the Slack and adding my group members in the TA to the Slack. What I've learned from this assignment, I enjoyed doing the introduction to parallel computing because it allowed me to dig deeper into the certain topics inside that field. So I was able to learn more about Flint's classical taxonomy, and I was able to learn about the parallel programming models like shared memory with threads and without threads. I will apply what I've learned in this project by when I was learning the general parallel terminology. It will help me in class and in the future by preparing me to understand what people mean behind parallel computing and understand how computers work. This assignment also taught me communication and scheduling with members. So my best and worst experience, my worst experience was trying to figure out the problem with the ARM assembly part, trying to figure out sign and unsign and how they work together. And then the best experience was furthering my understanding of parallel programming. I feel like I actually have a solid understanding of it.
And my name is John Arthur. My task was creating this PowerPoint in parallel programming and assembly language. For this project, I expanded my knowledge on ARM assembly and parallel programming. I also learned how to better manage my time so I can finish my task on time. And how will I apply what I learned? ARM assembly and parallel programming will help me in my future careers, and better time management will help me better manage my time. And my worst experience was fixing the errors in the ARM assembly, and my best experience is learning more about the ARM assembly and parallel programming.
I'm Josh Taylor. For this assignment, I had task 5, which is the report. For that part, I just wait for everyone to turn in their parts of the assignment and everything, and then using a Google Doc, I'll format it into the proper format that's given and the guidelines, and then give it to Brandon to turn in because he's our coordinator. And then some of the things I've learned is better doing the ARM assembly programming, and so with trying to find errors without the help of an IDE or whatever type of platform is something that I really learned. And then I also learned more about the fact that there's so many different facets to parallel programming and computers, like shared model and thread models. And then the other thing I learned was what an SoC chip is. How will I apply what I've learned? As I said earlier, I think the ability to review code and be able to spot problems and fix them without the use of help or a crutch is something that'll be really important for job and academic opportunities. And then that's the best part of this all was being able to use the ARM assembly and successfully finishing that, which coincides with the worst part was when I was trying to find the problem and review the code. I went crazy and had dived so deep thinking there's so much wrong with it when it was really just a couple little things that could have been done quickly.
Hi, my name is Natasha Mullings, and I was assigned tasks 3, 4, and 6. So I would do the video editing. What I've learned, I would say I would learn how to use the data decomposition pattern and learn how it allows the work to be divided amongst the threads. I also learned of the differences between the SoC and the CPU. Understand that there are, similarities, but also one seems to be more efficient than the other. I also learned how a nested for loop processes amongst the multiple threads, and that one thread has the ability to execute faster than another. How I will apply what I've learned. Having more knowledge of the progression of technology and the preparations to be a good programmer, it will benefit me once I get into the industry. The best part of this project, I would say, is gaining knowledge through the projects that we are given, and I learned something each time we do these assignments. The most challenging part was writing the code for the last part of the arm assembly. And the worst experience, I would say, is when I had to code the code properly formulate the code, and identify different errors over and over again, just trying to make sure that the code ran successfully.